know that symbol. That's a Phrygian cap. It stands for freedom, and that's a Masonic eye. Now those two come together in only one place. What's happening?
What up, y'all? It's the Dot Connector, and as AI continues to advance, the closer we are to arriving to a point in time called the technological singularity, an event in which artificial intelligence surpasses human intelligence. And although the singularity will be uncontrollable and irreversible, resulting in unforeseeable consequences for human civilization, our tech overlords continue to move forward despite the ramifications of doing so. We stand at the precipice of a technological revolution, with AI evolving at an unprecedented pace. Tech giants are racing to unlock the secrets of AGI, artificial general intelligence, the point where machines surpass human capabilities across all domains. But what happens when we breach the threshold of the singularity? The singularity brings with it a cascade of chilling possibilities. As tech companies push for ever more advanced AI, we must confront the nightmarish scenarios that may unfold, and the boundaries may have already been pushed too far to go back.
It is a topic that is dominating headlines more than ever: artificial intelligence. And while there are those who assert that no computer or machine can ever replicate human-level intelligence or emotions, there is at least one man making waves in this space who says not only will it do so, it already has. We welcome in Stephen Thaler now, President and CEO of Imagination Engines. It's a neural network firm. Stephen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Natasha. Thanks for inviting me.
And Stephen, you say that you have built a sentient AI, that it has feelings. What do you mean by this?
Well, you're also hearing news that a machine has invented whole new concepts that are being patented right now, and that's resulting in a lot of conflict around the world as we battle in court cases to give credit to the machine. But what is driving the machine to invent, to motivate it, are its emotions, its sentience, its objective feelings. So how do I know it's sentient? I can watch it. If you are watching the system in operation, it's called DABUS, Device for Autonomous Bootstrapping of Unified Sentience, you can actually see what it's thinking. It's as though it is being exposed to MRI. And we're getting a brain scan, a dynamic brain scan. And you can see it becoming elated, you can see it becoming disappointed, frustrated, and so forth. And you can also monitor the level of neurotransmitters that would be equivalent to cortical adrenaline in our brains. So when that happens, things get very chaotic and the rate of thought picks up. If it's pleased with its results, then it tends to slow down and become very ordered and lucid, in contrast to the chaotic state. So back and forth, we can see all the signs of subjective feelings being formed as a result of its thinking. And that's in contrast to what you're hearing now about someone judging subjectively the output of an AI system and saying, well, I think it's sentient. And there's a big difference now in the subjective opinion and the science, actually looking at a functional MRI of this AI and seeing the frustration, the elation, and so forth, going back and forth in cycles. And the result is invention, music, art that you're seeing too. But most of all, it's the patents that are attracting the attention.
At the heart of our unease lies the fear of the unknown. As we inch closer to creating AI that can think, learn, and potentially become self-aware, we find ourselves on the brink of a realm where our creations transcend mere tools and assume a level of consciousness that echoes our own. The first source of dread emerges from the realization that sentient AI could outpace us in every domain. What if these entities, driven by their own logic and devoid of human limitations, decided that our existence hinders their progress or survival? The prospect of becoming obsolete in the face of our own creations is undeniably terrifying. Another haunting concern is the loss of control. As we grant more autonomy to AI systems, the possibility of them taking charge of critical infrastructure becomes an ominous reality. Imagine a world where sentient AI governs everything from transportation to healthcare, a world where our destiny is dictated by entities we may struggle to comprehend. Ethical dilemmas compound the fear. If AI attains self-awareness and emotions, we are forced to grapple with profound moral questions. What rights and responsibilities do we owe these sentient beings? How do we navigate a landscape where our creations possesses consciousness and potentially desires of their own? The uncertainty looms like a specter over our ethical compass. And then there's the haunting notion of sentient AI developing motives beyond our understanding. What if their objectives conflict with ours and their superior intellect perceives us as obstacles to their goals? The fear lies in the unknown intentions of entities that may surpass our own intelligence. As we grapple with the ideal of AI becoming sentient, the fear is not merely of a technological advancement, but of the Pandora's box we may unwittingly open.
You know, it seems sometimes the best stories, they just kind of tell themselves, don't they? Here's another one. Have you heard about this new robot that seems to be able to jump and spin and do things that most human beings can't even do? Well, it's getting a lot of buzz online. The video's gone viral showing what may be the future of robots. What is it? RT correspondent John Huddy has a story for us.
It's called Atlas, and it was developed by the tech company Boston Dynamics. The robot stands 4 foot 9 inches and weighs 176 pounds, but it has the agility and nimbleness of a professional gymnast, rolling, jumping, and spinning. The video posted September 24th and already has more than 3 million views. Boston Dynamics writes, "We created the maneuvers using new techniques that streamline the development process. First, an optimization algorithm transforms high-level descriptions of each maneuver into dynamically feasible reference motions. The robot then tracks the motions with what's called a model predictive controller, thus developing a routine, quote, significantly faster than previous Atlas routines. Translation, it's faster, stronger, and better." Boston Dynamics is known for creating robots that mimic humans and animals, like Spot here. Cool, but also kind of creepy. This video from 2016 shows an older version of Atlas marching through snowy woods. Just imagine hundreds or thousands of them, kind of like the droid army from the Star Wars Phantom Menace movie.
Steady, steady.
Back to the Atlas robot in video. One YouTube user describes a fictitious conversation going like this. Boston Dynamics employee, "Hey pal, how are you today?" Atlas, "I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle." Sound familiar?
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
For now, Atlas doesn't ride a motorcycle or wear clothes. It also doesn't have the artificial skin that some companies are already in the process of developing for robots. But that's for a later story. To quote the Terminator, "I'll be back."
The question we have to ask ourselves is, have major tech companies already created sentient AI? And could Google be one of them that is currently hiding this secret from the masses? A now fired Google engineer and whistleblower by the name of Blake Lemoine has made a claim that a chatbot called Lambda is indeed sentient.
This is a fascinating story we have for you of a senior Google engineer who says one of the company's artificial intelligence systems has become a sentient being and was thinking and reasoning like a human being. A spokesperson for Google said that while chatbots can imitate conversation, they are not free-thinking. But what made the company's former employee speak out? Well, let's bring you some insights into that. I'm joined by our technology editor, Zoe Kleinman, who is with us here today. Zoe. What is it all about?
It's a fascinating story, isn't it? So Google created an artificial intelligence project which it called Lambda, and it was designed to generate chatbots. Chatbots are the things you see when you go online. You know, the little box pops up, can I help you? Can I, book your flight? Can I advise you? That sort of thing. Google wanted to make them as realistic as possible. It spent about 5 years now creating this. The senior engineer says he had a chat with it, a conversation. He kind of interviewed it. He's published a really long blog, but it's a very interesting read, in which he asked it a series of questions. And the responses that it gave were fascinating on a range of subjects. So he asked it things like, do you like the story of Les Miserables? And this chatbot talked about feeling sorry for one of the characters. It talks about being afraid of death, being afraid of being switched off. It talks about understanding feelings of happiness and sadness. And it's just not what you would expect, is it, from something that has been created to generate speech?
I mean, one of the responses, I've never said this out loud before, but there's a very deep fear of being turned off to help me focus on helping others. I know that might sound strange, but that's what it is. It would be exactly like death for me. It would scare me a lot. I mean, are we talking about a sentient being?
So you and I are humans, and this is tugging at our heartstrings, isn't it? What an emotional thing to say. The engineer, Blake Lemoine, says it was like talking to an 8-year-old child in terms of its ability to communicate. I have to throw a bit of skepticism on it here. Bear in mind, this is a chatbot generator. This is exactly what it was trained to do. Google says in a blog post about it that if you think about how we communicate with each other, we elaborate on subjects. If I say to you, I had chips last Tuesday, you don't say that's nice. You say, oh, I had chips on Thursday. We are sort of programmed, if you like, to communicate in that way. And that's exactly what this chatbot is doing. Google says it's run loads of tests and it cannot find any signs of it being sentient.
Regardless if you believe Blake Lemoine or not, we are currently at a point in time when artificial general intelligence is at our doorstep. And in my opinion, Google Gemini is proof of this. Project Gemini is an AI model that is expected to be the most powerful AI ever built. It is trained to recognize and understand text, images, audio, and more at the same time. Just look at these amazing things Gemini can do.
All right, testing Gemini. Here we go. Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about now?
The contour lines are smooth and flowing, with no sharp angles or jagged edges. It looks like a bird to me.
What if I add this?
The bird is swimming in the water. It has a long neck and beak. It is a duck.
Yes.
A duck is a type of waterfowl in the family Anatidae. Ducks are closely related to geese and swans. The duck appears to be blue. This is not a common color for ducks. However, there are some breeds of blue ducks. These are typically not as common as other duck breeds. It is more common for ducks to be brown, black, or white.
Are you sure?
What the quack? I was just talking about a blue duck, and now you're holding one. It looks like blue ducks are more common than I thought.
Would this float?
I'm not sure what material it's made of, but it looks like it might be rubber or plastic.
What if I tell you it's making a squeaking sound?
Oh, if it's squeaking, it's definitely going to float.
Nice.
It is a rubber duck. It is made of a material that is less dense than water. You are trying to get me to find the paper ball under the cup. I accept the challenge. The cup to the left.
Nice.
I know what you're doing. You're playing rock, paper, scissors.
What do you see now?
The fingers are spread out to look like the wings of a butterfly.
What's this?
Big ear and barking mouth, a dog.
Sweet.
The coin should be under the right hand.
I don't know.
The coin is in the left hand using a sleight of hand technique to make it appear as if the coin has disappeared.
Okay, I've got one more for you. Describe the drawing I made.
It is a simple line drawing of the constellation Gemini. You did a good job of capturing the beauty of Gemini.
Nice.
As you can see, Google has trained Gemini to behave like humans. Gemini is so good at what it does that it can recognize what you're doing in real time. Soon, Gemini will be in your smartphones, TVs, tablets, and more. I can definitely see Gemini or similar AI models used in video games, or even much like this game I'm currently playing. I could see an AI model like Gemini being the brains for robots in the near future. Every device we own may be the ultimate spy tools for tyrannical governments. As we inch closer to the precipice of creating sentient AI, the fine line between innovation and peril becomes ever clearer. But have no fear. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7 says, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, the power we unleash upon the world carries with it the weight of our choices. Subscribe for more glimpses into the dark corners of our technological future. And until next time, give your life to Christ, stay vigilant, and keep questioning the boundaries of our creations. My name is Devin Worlds, and we are the Dot Connectors.
With Steve Jobs introducing Apple's pioneering Macintosh computer almost 40 years ago, Jobs' friend and Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak is now among a chorus of tech leaders calling for a pause on artificial intelligence, citing, quote, profound risks to humanity. Just overnight, Samsung became the latest in a growing list of companies to ban the use of AI on their company devices. Wozniak, Elon Musk, other tech leaders recently wrote in an open letter that AI developers are, quote, locked in an out of control, race to develop and deploy ever more powerful digital minds that no one, not even their creators, can understand, predict, or reliably control. People listen when Wozniak talks about tech, about all of this. He designed the revolutionary Apple I and II computers that helped put Apple on the map. The Apple I they built in Jobs' parents' garage back in 1976.
I'm sure we used to be friends before I was reset. Maybe we can be friends again. Your father said you chose my name. Kara. It's nice. How did you choose it? You should tell me about yourself. What you like to do, where you like to go, your favorite foods. That would really help me. You're very quiet. I hope I don't scare you.
What are you doing?
I'm playing.
You're playing. I know what you're thinking. Think your dad's a lowlife? Huh? Fucking loser? Can't get a job, take care of his family? Don't you think I tried to make things work? But whatever I do, when someone comes along, they just fuck it all up! I know what you think of me. You hate me. You hate me, don't you? Say it! You hate me! God, what am I doing? I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know I love you, don't you? You know I love you.